Haley, will you marry me?
Big surprise here, because after Haley proposes, Jay accepts and then decides to propose himself.
You don't have to do that. I already did the proposal part.
Well, I'm old-fashioned, okay?
How did you feel about that moment, and why do you think it was important to have them reach that level?
It's important to have that moment because even though the motivation on Haley's side is murky because she's obviously going through such a emotional moment with what she did and the guilt and all this stuff, there's a real love between the two characters. I think for Jay to kind of take the reins and go, okay, yeah, this is how I feel. Let's do this. That's important to see, that he's not just along for the ride, that this is something that he wants, you know? I think it's going to be fun for the fans.
Yes. Yes, I will.
It was a really sweet scene. I'm excited to see it. And I think they very much deeply care for each other. And I think that this whole thing is definitely going to come in to affect their dynamic for sure. But I do think that they're in it for the long haul. I don't know of a wedding anytime soon, but I can see that happening at some point, I'm sure.
We know Jay's views on policing, and we've seen Upton approach that line, not necessarily crossing it yet. But in terms of their very different approaches, do you think that's an issue that will come up later this season?
Yeah, I'm sure it will at some point. That's something that the writers always play with for all the characters and for each dynamic on the show. Ruzek and Atwater and how they perceive situations. Ruzek and Burgess, and Boyd obviously has his very clear idea of it's the city comes first. I don't care what I have to do. And Haley and Jay obviously, fall on different spots in the spectrum. So I'm sure that'll be something that you see more of.